Hi, we're Rob and Kathy. Join us in our travels in Australia and beyond. Hello viewer and welcome to episode 4. It's about 5 in the morning here, and what is going on below our flat? A little bit later in the morning and you can see it is a scene of high activity. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's most interesting, but we're going to have to leave them to it as we are out and about. Hopping onto the Lisbon metro. And we are heading down to the harbour to take a yellow boat tour to Belem. And here comes our yellow boat. We boarded successfully and we were on our way on the Tagus River. In the distance is the statue of Christ the King. And this is the April the 25th bridge, named after the date of the 1974 revolution when the dictator Salazar was overthrown. This is the Vasco da Gama monument and the famous Belem Tower. We'll see more about those later. We departed the boat and headed off on foot to cross the railway lines and the highway. Nice view from the top. We were on a quest to find the Pastéis de Belém, where the most famous Portuguese tarts in all of Portugal are sold. Inside it was doing a roaring trade. The history of the Portuguese tart is quite interesting. This imposing looking building is the Jerónimos Monastery, and the monks here had a roaring trade in starching clothes, which they used egg whites. What to do with the yolks? Well, they developed the recipe for Portuguese tarts. And we return to the Vasco da Gama monument. The monument's on the northern bank of the Tagus, and it's located on the river where the ships departed to explore and trade with India and the Orient in the 15th and 16th centuries. It celebrates Portuguese exploration, and Henry the Navigator has pride of place at the front. We then made our way to Belem Tower. Belem Tower is a 16th century fortification. It's built of limestone and is 30 metres tall. It was originally built on a small island in the middle of the Tagus River. However, the river was redirected after the 1755 earthquake, and it's now on the bank. Check out our previous video on Belem Tower for a little more information. The link's in the description. A walk around the dock area at Belem is very interesting. We fortified ourselves with gelato ice creams, and before we knew it, we were waiting for our yellow boat again to take us back. and upon our return, they were still toiling away in what we could only assume was a hair commercial. If you enjoyed this video, you could hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.